Great, this is Paddy Conroy. I've just found out with the receipts that your man, P.B. Craig, is the said Bible. I just want you to let him know from me that he's not getting away with what he's been up to.
I'm going to address this.
Right.
Every 6 months or so, Paddy Conroy seems to try and bait me into some form of back and forth with him, right? I'm not prepared to do that. Years ago, 2021, started making videos, made videos about him. I ended up having to go to the shed in, when was it? June
2024.
June 24-ish to apologise to him, right? Rightly so, some of the stuff I said.
It was a bit out of order.
I thought, right at the time, that me and Paddy, because to start with, we were, I think, just having like a bit of a carry on, like a back and forth that was entertaining.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it kicks off, and I'm like, oh shit, what have I done here? I've made a mistake here. And, you know, luckily I got the chance to sort out amicably and apologise and whatnot, right? Since then, every 6 months or so, Paddy seems to put statuses up about us and try and goad us into some form of back and forth again with us. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it. Paddy Conroy, 5 days ago, Roxanne has just confirmed Shed Bible is Creepy Craig. Now, before we get into what this is about, I watch clips. I think the channel's called Dark Side something,
Yeah.
right? And I watch clips every now and then of Paddy's lives or Emma Cockerill's lives. If they're on there, they're normally good clips.
Yeah.
The last time I saw Roxy, bearing in mind I don't know Roxy, right? I've never met, I've never spoken to her. I don't know Roxy, full stop. I got the impression, and I could be wrong, that Roxy was seeing one of the seers.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I know, a few months later, I seen a video of Roxy saying that Paddy Conroy touched her up when she was 3-year-old. Now,
Touched a hoof.
touched her hoof was the exact quote, right? Now, I didn't take that seriously at all because one, she was already Paddy's sworn enemy, and they were, you know, having like back and forths and whatnot. And then second of all, I was thinking, I can't remember anything from when I was 3-year-old. I don't think.
I can. No, I genuinely can.
What can you remember from being 3?
I can remember the house that I lived in. I
can remember the house I lived in.
I can remember being.
I can remember toys I had.
I can remember me and my brother turning all my mum's furniture upside down in the middle of the room and going absolutely fucking mental. I can remember the dog that we had eating my alarm clock.
You had an alarm clock at 3-year-old. I don't believe you.
It had an alarm.
You were the fucking alarm clock at 3-year-old.
My dad to back it up, right? But it was the dog was called Shane, right? And it was a clock. It was a Disney clock, and it ate everything aside from the batteries.
Anyway, from what I'd seen online, reading the comments and whatnot, I don't think anybody took that seriously at all, right? No. You clearly made it up about somebody. Like, if you were an enemy of somebody, you would lead with that, wouldn't you? That would
be something, your first point, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, it's fucking mental. This,
you would have mentioned it somewhere before YouTube as well.
Oh,
absolutely, yeah.
So then these statuses, right? In fact, I'll scroll back to the first one. So Shed Bible is Creepy Craig and Humphreys. People never learn. Right. Now, first of all, that's Emma Cockerill said that, right? First of all, I haven't spoken to Steve Wraith, who's Humphrey's nickname on here, since 2023. I've got absolutely nothing at all to do with the bloke, right? Nothing. Second of all, I'm not the Shed Bible either. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show a list of the pages I've got on Facebook on screen now, so you can see that it's not there. I'm going to show on screen now my statement that shows what I get paid for off Facebook. As you can see, I'm not the Shed Bible. Now, Paddy has jumped in. Creepies and Humphrey, the starters of this gang war.
So do they not like Steve Wraith either?
No. So
I don't know this one.
Right, so in a nutshell, the Sears and Paddy have had a long-term feud.
Yeah.
Right, a long-term feud. I've got no idea what it's actually about. And I'm not that interested either.
It was just like the head of 2 rival families.
It was.
And then Steve Wraith, who's Humphreys, he was writing books. So he wrote, I'm not sure which one came first, but he did a couple of 1 or 2 Brian Cockerill books, and he did the Sears books as well. He was like connected to the Sears with that. And then he made the Sears film, the what's it called?
New Breed of
Criminal.
Criminal.
A New Breed of Criminal, which I'm in.
Good film.
See it with a straight face.
You loved it, didn't you?
I've never even seen it, me.
Have you not?
Nah.
It was the cars that messed me up.
But I did not know that Jacob was in it. I knew Craig was.
I've seen the clip of you and Jacob.
Yeah, I don't look a clip in it. Anyway, so have you only seen the one clip? Because we're in a few scenes.
I've seen the clip where you walk in and you're shouting about something.
Vic! Vic! Stand up! Move! Now! Get in the back!
I've seen the clip of, I think it's a Paul Venice having a fight.
So have you even seen all my scenes? Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know.
What's happened to you two, like? What's happened? We got knocked back from fucking everywhere last night, didn't we?
Aye.
Fucking lads and all.
It's not good for business, this, like.
Nah, and now all our regulars.
Aye, because of Vic.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do the cunt for this, me, like.
It's when the film's from like the 90s and you see a car with a 2022 registration plate.
It's set in present day.
There you go.
But large aspects of the storyline don't work in present day. So forget the fact that they've got the see-through Kenwood kettles with a neon lights and what in them. They've all got iPhones. They've all got new cars. It's set in
that's
present
what
day.
was confusing me.
It's set in present day, right? But there's a scene in it, which is me mate rang us up and he was raging, and he was like, "Right, okay, it's set in present day, is it right? Right, so why are they sitting in a bar in Spain or wherever they are, talking to some guys who's like, there's this new drug coming out. It's called ecstasy, and they're talking about knocking pills out in clubs for 15 quid. He was like, go in the fucking big market and try and knock pills out for 15 quid now and watch what happens to you. Some aspects of it didn't quite work. I say some aspects of it. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen, but I've only seen it up until the point where I knew that was I knew everything I filmed, like when I was on it, because I was only on set for half a day.
Oh, yeah.
I know what scenes I was in, and as soon as I'd seen the last one, I turned it off, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. Mind you, that came out when I was still off me nut. So I'd like to see it again now. Does that mean it's going to be better or worse?
See, I like films that are set around here.
Do
I
you?
love true crime from
I
around
love
here.
films and true crime and northern and local stuff. and
Especially
that,
people you've heard of as well.
Yeah, like I
When
love
I
anything with Viv
realised
Graham and
how they cast that film, and I just thought, I'm all right. I like actual actors, not let's see who will pay 50 quid to be in my film.
You know, loads of independent films are made like that.
Yeah, but made by people who make films. I don't think there's a single actor in the film.
There's
Is there?
a couple of brilliant actors in it.